Weeds are one of the greatest contributors to yield losses in cropped areas. Farmers are encouraged to keep their fields weed-free, especially in the first 6 weeks of crop establishment, because this is when we have the greatest impact on yield from weeds. Up to 50% losses can be incurred if weeds are not managed properly. In some instances, especially when we have good seasons, up to 20% of cropped area is abandoned due to weed pressure. Hence, farmers are encouraged to come in with an integrated weed management plan. An integrated weed management plan employs all or some of the 3 basic methods of weed control, that is chemical control, physical control, and biological control wherever possible. You find when we are receiving incessant rains, it might not be possible for farmers to come in with chemical control. Hence, we encourage farmers to come in and use methods such as slashing if we have got grasses that are growing vigorously, such as shava grass, or farmers can use hand hose or hand pull. Depends on the method that is easily employed by the farmers. When using chemical control, we encourage our farmers to pay close attention to 2 critical things. The first one is then the rain-fast period. This is the period between when the chemical is applied and when we receive the next rains. Each chemical has got its own rain-fast period. Farmers are encouraged to read the labels carefully or ask advice from their extension worker to know the rain-fast period for the chemical they want to use to control the weeds. Another important issue the farmers should critically look at is then the residual effect of the chemical that we are going to put in the soil, especially considering the rotation or the next crop that the farmer wants to put. We have some chemicals that have got a long residual effect such that we cannot plant sensitive crops within the following period. Farmers should critically look at it when they are doing their rotations and also when they are employing or when they are choosing the chemical to use. The rains that were received in most parts of the country during the Christmas period were a blessing to many farmers. In some areas, effective rains had not been received and farmers are now starting to plant. We encourage farmers to speed up planting, make use of the last few days of the year so that we plant as much crop as possible. Remember, you can only harvest what you have put on the ground. So if you do not put anything on the ground, we are planning not to harvest anything, irrespective of how the season will turn out to be. We also encourage farmers, those who had planted and the germination was poor, to make an informed decision whether to replant or to gap filling. This is a technical decision that should be made in consultation with the extension officers on the ground. We also encourage farmers to then come in and employ good agriculture practices so that we speed up germination and hence subsequent growth of the crop. Must put particular attention to the depth of planting. It is encouraged to come in and then do shallow planting within the range of the recommended range for the crop that we want to plant so that we speed up germination, and also we come in early with our top dressing, and subsequent top dressing should be more frequent with little amount of top dressing being applied so that we give our crop a comparative advantage and it grows fast to cater for the heat units or to gather the required heat units. Robust scouting for pests is a must for all farmers, especially the fall armyworm. The pest build-up is at its peak during the mid-December to end of January period. This, coupled with late planting, means the crop is very tender and susceptible, and hence it is easily attacked by the pests. We encourage farmers to come in and scout at least twice a week so that they can also see the fall armyworm early. The earlier fall armyworm is detected, the more it is easier to control it rather than discovering it late when we need very harsh chemicals which are also very expensive.